Well, if you're anything like me, as a church leader, one of the things we love to see are results for the things we do. And it was something that we long to see in our social action, especially in our food bank. And the sooner we see results, the better we like it. I thought when we started our food bank that people would come and they would be so pleased that we were feeding them and looking after them, that they would kind of throw themselves at the church to come to the church and to come to know Jesus very, very quickly. Now, we found that not to be quite true. We've been running our food bank for some 7 or 8 years, and it's only just recently that we've seen people come to know Jesus Christ. And people have asked, well, why has this suddenly happened? Well, I guess it's not suddenly, really. 7 years isn't very suddenly. But there's often quite a wait between a farmer planting his seed and waiting for the crop and then harvesting. And we've found that with our food bank specifically.
So the food bank's been in operation since the 8th of February 2012, so 9 years now, and we couldn't have managed without our wonderful team of staff and volunteers over the years. So this year alone, since March 2020, the very first lockdown, we've had 23 people who have just given their lives to Jesus this year. It's been incredible, and we've had about 7 to 8 healings as well, and people have just been so open to prayer and just wanting prayer for the circumstances as well. It's just given us as a church so much encouragement. It's been absolutely wonderful. So on a weekly basis, we're having to prepare about 180 to 200 individual bags, emergency food parcels, to go out to families in need in Darlington and the surrounding areas. And God has just blessed hearts abundantly, just to keep on giving generously. It's been so overwhelming, to the extent where we've literally outgrown the food bank, and we've had to adapt the building to accommodate and meet this need as well. So a lot of our food comes from individuals, so schools, colleges, nurseries, churches, businesses, and we get quite a lot of food from the supermarkets as well, so they bless us abundantly. Because we've been blessed abundantly, what we're trying to do also is we're trying to help other food banks as well. So a lot of our food goes to other food banks in the area, but we also network with other agencies and different support services as well. So as an example of that, we can network with the police, the 700 Club, with Necker, with First Stop. There's lots of different support services out there who are in need of food parcels for family members and individuals as well.
Over this last 12 months, which has been really difficult for the church, it's been a time when church is pretty much closed. We've been running on Zoom and broadcasting on all kinds of places, but we haven't been able to meet together, and this year was going to be our year of evangelism, so we thought. And yet, God in His wisdom suddenly opened up salvations in our food bank. And some of the reasons, yes, it is that it's taken us years to pray. We've been praying for 7 years, we've been waiting for 7 years, but also we have some great people in the food bank, some great staff. Caroline, our food bank manager, and AC, her assistant, and many, many others in the food bank just love Jesus, they love the clients, they respect them, they honour them. And after 7 years of serving people, people are suddenly beginning to trust them, suddenly beginning to share problems with them, and beginning to ask, well, what's this all about? This God you talk about, this God you show, this church you belong to. And they're asking Jesus into their lives. This year we've seen some 20 people give their lives to Jesus. We've seen some people healed physically, and we've seen some people set free from addictions. God is really on the move. But let me encourage you, if you're working in some social action area, don't be disappointed if you don't see instant results for Jesus. You know, there's a time of waiting, there's a time of praying. Be strong, keep going, keep praying, keep honouring God, keep loving your clients, and eventually they'll come to love you and they'll come to love Jesus. But God bless you all in what you're doing.